Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to discuss a few things that you can do as an agent to prepare for World Tier 5 and the subsequent release of content in the game. Now, these are going to be very helpful for you because we've done this in the past in the previous game, and many of us kind of have the in on what's going on. Now, if you have more tips, leave them in the comment section. I'm sure they're going to be very helpful for people in the community. So, number one is you want to create a new character. Now, a lot of people, when they hear the prospect of creating another character, they go, nope, I'm not doing that. Well, relax. You're not going to have to level this character to level 30. All you have to do is create this character to be able to have enough room in their backpack, and you're going to transfer a bunch of your gear to this character. The more you can level up, the more shade tech you can get to level up those perks to get more space, then great. That's always going to be helpful. Now, if you create another character, the thing is your main character and this subsequent character are going to share the same stash space. So it's not going to be necessarily for that purpose, but for the purpose of having an extra space in their backpack to hold these items. In fact, if you have a little bit more time over the course of the weekend, you can create a third character or a fourth character, and you can start throwing gear into their backpacks. Now, if you want to level up to 30, where they have more room, which I think may be a little bit more efficient to level that second character past maybe level 6, maybe level 10, even maybe level 15, in order for them to have a lot of room, then that might be something that you might need to do, and that might save you a lot of time instead of creating multiple characters. Now, this leads me into the second step, which is you save your gear. Save the interesting stuff. All that gear and all those weapons that you've been looking at saying, yeah, I don't really know where this is going to fit. Well, you don't have to ask yourself any questions anymore. Put them inside the backpack of this new character. Save them. The reason I want you to save them, or the reason I'm advocating that you save them, is that initially when we get the new World Tier 5 gear, a lot of our gear is going to feel outdated. Even though it's still going to be good, there's always going to be that sense of, oh, I don't have the highest gear score items. And so when you start to farm, you may not be able to get all the items that you're looking for depending on the amount of time that you have to put in. And so having your old items will create room for you to be able to recalibrate the new items with some of the talents and the attributes from the old gear. Now note that even though you may not find items you need, you can purchase an item and recalibrate from a lower gear score even to a higher gear score, or recalibrate an item that you already own from a lower gear score to a higher gear score. So those weapons that have really sweet talents that you know you might want to put on another talent and haven't had time to do, go ahead and save them. This is going to actually save you a lot of trouble and a lot of farming, and you can get into the end game content much quicker. The third thing is to make a lot of money and gather resources. Now, how are you going to make money, and why should you in fact make money? Well, first of all, you have to have a lot of currency in the division game. And the way they've set up the recalibration and the economy of purchasing items is that they've made things really expensive, more expensive than I would have actually preempted that they will make it. And so what you want to do is save up some money by selling items. And so that will require you to actually be farming and getting items and selling them in order to make some in-game e-credits. This is going to help you purchase items that you might need right off the bat in order to increase your gear score. In some cases, this will help you to recalibrate. And also in some cases, this will probably be very helpful to come in hand when you might find a weapon that you see, or maybe a gear item that you see that you can equip to fit your gear. It will be nice for you to actually have those items, because with each level that you go up, items actually get a little bit more expensive. So saving those e-credits or making them by selling items is going to be very helpful to you. The second side of the economy is gathering credits. Make sure you're filled up on all the things that you actually have. If you notice, you had to upgrade your crafting bench every time you hit a higher level past level 30, and this is probably going to be the same when we get to World Tier 5. So gather all the resources that you think you'll need, fill every single thing up as you're running, open those backpacks, those cases, those suitcases, and loot every single one of them in order for you to be ready. Once World Tier 5 shows up, you can always go to that crafting bench and in an instant upgrade the darn thing. The final step for World Tier 5 is that you need to upgrade your specializations. Now, many people may have upgraded their main specialization and are probably messing around with a second or a third and upgrading those little by little. I would say your goal right now will be to actually get out of your comfort zone and upgrade a specialization that you may not necessarily feel so hot about. Because one thing that I know is that these specializations, I don't think that they were actually developed in isolation. I think they were developed with a purpose to actually be able to take on different aspects of the end game content. And so very much so, you might find yourself in an endgame raid where they might need like a sharpshooter or like a survivalist or a demolitionist. And if by the chance you already have maybe 2 or all 3 all upgraded and spec to go, you can just transfer to the base of ops, activate them, and go back into the mission ready to go. Now, if you don't know how that all works in regard to getting the specialization points, all you have to do is equip the specialization that you actually wish to upgrade and run around with it. You can get specialization credits from field proficiency caches. This is by gathering XP or by doing your daily missions, your weekly missions, and dealing with some of the activities in the open world that have been indicated here on your map. You will usually see if something is going to reward you with specialization points. So these are some of the pointers that I have for you to prepare for World Tier 5 and to start farming. One of the good things about the division is the grind never really stops. This is going to give you some extra playtime if you wish. This is going to give you some more opportunity to probably get talents that you probably have been looking for, or even talents that you never even knew were in the game, because I've been seeing some talents pop up and I'm like, really? What is this? And so I'll just encourage you to make sure that if you can, create a second character to carry your stuff for you and save the items that you feel may be important for you, because once you have that sense that this item is going to be important, it usually is. It usually turns out to be that way. And don't be scared to loot everything. Don't think it's a waste of your time. It's a good investment of your time to get every single resource that you think you may need, and sell gear that you have no use for. Sell it and get the credits that are attached to them, and make sure that you're upgrading your specializations. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't get too comfortable with the specialization that you already own. It's time for you to probably start to make strides in getting your other specializations 100% completed and unlocked. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for your time and audience. Thank you for your comments. Please leave them. Thank you for your participation in the channel. I really do appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you in my next video. Peace.